uh, you brought this to my attention, right? So
I'm a big fan of this show, so like
this
I've
is
watched it a lot.
Who is it?
so from
I just started watching it.
the whole thing is that all the streaming services, or at least what streaming service is it on right now?
Comedy Central now.
They decided to remove episode 2, which was what was it called? Diversity episode.
Well, Peacock is like the main.
Peacock,
But
you know,
like, is it on TV or is it actually Comedy Central as like a streaming service
The
too?
article said Comedy Central.
Comedy
But
Central.
do they have a streaming service or is it just the channel on TV?
No, just the
So,
channel.
Oh,
okay.
so from the actual network, they
So,
took it off.
yeah.
Not
I'll real quick let everybody say their opinion about this whole thing. So, and then I'm sorry, I've got the wrong, I wrap it up. So, NBC's long-running show, The Office, is the latest comedy series to join the list of those to become casualties of cancel culture. That's as viewers familiar with one of America's favorite I can never say this word, mockumentaries. Watching a recent Sunday marathon of Comedy Central noticed that the show Diversity Day episode was omitted from the rotation. Jay, did you ever watch The Office?
I love The Office.
What do you think about taking that episode out of the rotation real fast?
In the times we living in, it's gonna happen.
It's going to happen. Real quick, Sarah. What do you think, Sarah? What do you think about that?
So I get it. People are sensitive, but there's so many other episodes that you could probably be a little more sensitive about.
Yeah.
And just that one, purely based off the title. I feel like somebody's intern was like, which one do we need to pull? Oh, there's one that says Diversity Day. Let's just take that one. Instead of half of the other ones where there's some even worse business happening.
That's true.
I mean, come on.
With that. You said you watched it too, or you?
Yeah, I actually just watched that.
Episode?
That's in the first season.
I'm starting because
I just started.
And Peacock has a super fan episode,
Right.
so they're longer and more, some more content and stuff. And I mean, so I'm like, it's fresh in my mind. So I mean.
You can understand it.
Were you
But the thing is, like, for me, I'm not sensitive to that stuff. You know,
she just said a Kardashian line. For me. No.
Anyway, no. I get it. I was like, but the thing is that he was making fun of it, and then the guy that was actually there was like saying, no, that's bad too. So it wasn't like they were just making fun of all the, the HR policy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like they were telling him, no, Michael, like no,
Yeah,
it's not cool. Like you don't do that.
There's always
he was
a
making
full circle
an example
thing.
of the things that you don't do,
Don't
and
do.
they were showing it. So it wasn't like they were just.
They weren't just making fun of just for the sake. They were showing
No.
an idiot
doing
it and
which
then getting
is
corrected.
like a normal thing in life,
Yeah.
and then the regular sane people are like, no, dude, like not cool. I personally think it's silly.
It's
about you,
like,
Cap?
I feel like
That's like
the reason they
90%
stuff
of the
in that show
show.
was to like bring attention, like this does happen
Mm-hmm.
in offices and all that. Like it wasn't really like make fun of any other race. It was really just like this happens in offices. And so like I mean, and it was.
Yeah, it really does.
I mean, that was like season 1, so that was like 2005.
Yeah.
And so like I mean, just now that
But it
people
was
are now,
okay.
yeah, it's like now people are getting upset of it. Like it's so long ago. It's like I mean, it's like it was really just being aware of what happens in the workspace sometimes. And so like I mean, it was really just like bring our attention. Like it happens. Like not everything is 100% positive in every workspace.
Right.
But that's just
And
Michael's character in the
Right.
whole show anyway. So it's like,
I mean-
why pull in one show?
Jameson was the one who brought this to our attention. What do you overall?
Well, I mean, the whole point of Michael's character is that he is the boss that continually crosses the line
Yeah.
Right.
on every subject, and so every episode is like, okay, what is a either touchy or real or just ridiculous setting that happens in everyday, for people who've worked in an office setting like that or typical, there's tons of seasons, tons of episodes, and each one of them is like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do the office party, we're gonna do this. What should we do at a wedding? And Michael's constantly crossing that line.
lines, yeah.
But the whole point
Yeah.
of it is, okay, this is. It's funny because the humor in it is funny because it's stuff like you might see in real life, but and a lot of comedies, like there's things you might want to do in a comedy or say you know, in a movie, but you would never say it in real life. You know, Michael is the one who constantly, he's like, okay, this could happen, and you may have seen things like it in a real setting, but we're going to show you like when it goes too far, in a funny way for the most part. But the lesson you learn is, okay, don't be that guy. Like, don't be Michael Scott.
Yeah.
He's funny because it's a TV show, but it wouldn't be so funny to like live or work with the guy.
Right.
You know, and so
he's a habitual.
Yeah, it's like it's really just showing.
I mean, that's what I got out of it.
What are you saying, Jason?
He's a habitual line stepper.
Yes.
I mean,
and that's the point.
And he likes making people uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Like, he gets off on it, and so it's like, okay, this is what would make someone uncomfortable if they were, you know, stereotyped a certain.
And the
way.
show was
that's a Chappelle quote. Habitual line stepper. You didn't think I caught that, Jason. I'm sorry, real quick. But I'm gonna say something that maybe you guys will agree, maybe you won't. This is not a big deal, and it's not anything new. Not because of cancel culture, just because of TV in general. When you watch a movie that's rated R in the movie theater, and then you watch it again on regular television, what's different?
The rating.
Things are bleeped.
Censored.
Things are censored.
Yeah.
It always happens.
Yeah.
So these streaming networks are doing what's been done all from the beginning of television.
Yeah.
But I double checked because I was like, because I do like this show, and I was like, please don't tell me that you can't see it anywhere. But if in all the platforms where you can buy
Peacock.
I mean, yeah, like
and all the platforms where you can buy like Vudu.
After it got taken off Netflix, I bought the whole 9 seasons for like $30.
Yeah. So whether you can buy a CD version or if you just buy a digital version, if you can buy it, you will still be allowed to get that. So that episode is not disappearing forever.
It's just comedy.
It's just getting censored the way networks normally.
I mean,
it's kind of the principle of it.
And I feel like he did what he did, like in spite of them HR sending somebody to kind of like overrule him. Yeah. And he did his own diversity day in spite of the guy. Yeah. Because like he butted heads with them, and so like it was really just like to like get back at corporate. Yeah. He did this, and then I mean we can't
really debate or recap the whole episode. Just the concept of what's going on about.
Yeah, I'm saying like I just feel like he did.
Have you guys seen the British version?
Is why he did what he did.
Which one?
Right, because he wanted to show
Have you guys seen the British version, which is what this whole series is based on?
I can't imagine it being.
Have you guys watched any of those?
Humor in general.
Because they had several episodes.
Yeah.
Am I breaking up? Am I coming through?
Yeah. What'd you say, sir?
Yeah. Okay, so have you guys seen the British version of the TV show, which was the original version before?
No.
Okay, so there was the British version, and then America caught up, and they decided to make their own version. But the whole premise of the show is to have over-exaggerated, worst office characters ever. Yeah. Like in an office characters, and then have a couple people that seem kind of normal and how they react to the show. Wow. So like being in a corporate setting, I've worked in a corporate setting since I graduated college. I have never encountered the extensity that these individuals have pushed
in corporate.
I've worked for a corporate company, KBR, but I was in a war zone. And over there, so yeah, it's a big Fortune 500 company. But when you got a bunch of guys from Texas that are in another country and just and being themselves, like I got sexually harassed.
Well, you don't think
a guy came up to me and tried to rub my shoulders and stuff, and his explanation was, "Well, I'm very lonely." I'm like, "Well, be lonely over there." So I've been in these situations in a corporate company before.
Not to the extent in which they are overplayed at the show, because at some point somebody reports it, and then there's that progressive discipline that flows down to them.
Well, I didn't
if somebody touches you in a way that you find inappropriate,
I looked for an adult. Yes, I called an adult. Yes, I did.
That's serious.
The show touched on.
No, Jason's talking. Let him talk.
The show touched on that many a times where somebody would go to HR on Michael and they couldn't get through. It's just nothing they could do about it. Michael would just replace HR.
Yeah.
That's pretty realistic in a lot of jobs. Like a lot of jobs you go to HR, but it's like if this manager is making the company money, They're going to let the manager continue on in a lot of ways. And I've seen that at a lot of
That's
companies.
exactly what would happen a lot, which is why I couldn't complain about it.
Money or nepotism
I mean, like in the Christmas episode, like to the party that's boring, he goes and buys like 21 bottles of liquor to spice up the party, and like
because he's a good guy that just wants people to be enjoy
but it's like,
and
Angela's like, you can't serve alcohol at this party, and then freaking Meredith, shut up, Angela. It's like there was Meredith's like evil over here, and like Angela's trying to be good, and Michael's like feeding into like the more like chaotic part of the party, and then like he's like, and like, is this enough to like get like 8 people drunk? It's like 20 bottles of liquor. Yeah, that should do it. And it's like just absurd things that happen, and they keep him as boss still because he's making money.
Because he makes money for the company.
Because he makes money for the company.
We got to move on because
he never made money for the company.
Wait, you're broken up. Say that again. What'd you say, sir?
No, I said in the office.
Oh,
their branch actually did pretty terrible.
Yeah, it was losing. It was paper. It was losing money every day. That was the one weird thing about the show. But real quick, I gotta. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah. Moving on.
We do need a buzzer. Yeah. So.
Well,
coming up next.
And you can push it.
I will. Can I push it?
Oh yeah, no, I thought you would definitely want to push it.
But that's what she said, buzzer. You know.
Yeah. Put it in the box, and we'll talk about it. So until next time, guys. Nobody talk during the outro.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like